Within these captivating images, a tantalizing notion emerges, one that challenges our understanding of time as we know it. The steady march of time, flowing seamlessly from the past to the present and beyond, is occasionally interrupted by moments and events that are captured in images that appear to disrupt the idea of time as we know it. As we embark on this intriguing journey, prepare to explore a world where the conventional narrative of time is greatly disrupted. Join us as we unravel these 12 photos that prove that time travel exists. Number 12. The Man from Taured. In July 1954, a rather bizarre incident unfolded at a Tokyo airport during the check-in process for a flight. It was one of those moments that could have been pulled straight from a mystery novel. A passenger, probably looking quite ordinary, steps up to present his passport. However, the passport was issued by a country that didn't exist, a place called Taured. Naturally, this raised some eyebrows and set off alarms in the minds of airport officials. This man was detained. They suspected it was some kind of hoax, as one would naturally think, but they started asking questions. Why would anyone trying to slip through with fake documents draw attention to themselves by listing a non-existent country? It seemed counterintuitive. But as the authorities questioned this man, he was remarkably persistent. He firmly claimed to be a citizen of the country of Taured. Not only that, he boldly asserted that Taured had been around for thousands of years. He even confidently pointed it out on a map. Yet, here's where it gets even more intriguing. The location he pointed to on the map was modern-day Andorra. The man appeared genuinely baffled that nobody had heard of his country and that the map called it something else entirely. It was one of those situations that left the police scratching their heads, not knowing quite what to make of this mysterious individual. So they decided to place him in a hotel room on the top floor, taking the precaution of locking the doors securely. They probably thought they'd sort out this baffling riddle the following day. But when morning arrived and they checked on him, the room was eerily empty. It was as if the man had vanished into thin air, leaving behind nothing but a perplexing enigma. The identity of this man and the country he spoke of, Taured, remained shrouded in a veil of mystery. It's one of those puzzling incidents that defy rational explanation, keeping us intrigued and allowing our imaginations to run wild with the possibilities of time travel. We may never know who he was, where he came from, or what lay behind his claims. It's a mystery that continues to captivate the curious minds of those who come across this strange tale from the past. Number 11. The 1940s Swiss watch in a tomb. In December of 2008, archaeologists made an astonishing discovery that stirred curiosity in both the scientific and paranormal communities. They unearthed a mystery deep within an untouched tomb in Shanxi, China, which had remained sealed for over 4 centuries. They found a small yet undeniably modern artifact, a miniature gold watch. This watch, no larger than a ring, bore intricate carvings, including the word Swiss on its back. This discovery was perplexing because the tomb's origin is traced back to the Ming dynasty. The mere presence of a 1940s-style design within a tomb that had remained undisturbed for centuries was mind-boggling. People couldn't help but raise their eyebrows in disbelief at this discovery. The artifact was classified as out of place. These objects defy conventional scientific understanding and historical timelines by appearing in contexts where they seemingly shouldn't belong. Various theories started circulating, each aimed at unraveling the mystery of the watch. Enthusiasts of time travel were quick to put forth their viewpoints. To them, this artifact represented yet another piece of tangible evidence suggesting the existence of time travelers who might have inadvertently left a trace of their journey through history. However, skeptics weren't so hasty to embrace this idea. Some proposed the concept of the tomb being opened and resealed at some point in the past. Examining the tomb showed no signs of disturbance or tampering, though, making the explanation less plausible. Ultimately, the presence of a Swiss watch in a Ming Dynasty tomb raised more questions than answers. It became a testament to our limited comprehension of time, history, and the potential existence of alternate realities. Even if we were to set aside the notion of time travel, the very existence of this watch challenges the conventional idea of a linear progression of innovation and technology. It hints that there were advanced civilizations or individuals far ahead of their time. If not that, then these artifacts indicate a complex web of timelines we have yet to grasp fully. While some eagerly await concrete scientific explanations, others find satisfaction in embracing the mystery and wonder that such discoveries evoke. The 1940s Swiss watch, hidden within a tomb that dates back 4 centuries, remains an enigmatic piece in the grand puzzle of our past. It encourages us to question, explore, and marvel at the intricate tapestry of time and history. Whether it is a historical anomaly, a clever prank, or an authentic artifact from time travel, the watch serves as a reminder that history is often far from straightforward, concealing its secrets and surprises waiting to be unraveled. Number 10. The immortal Vladimir Putin. We've all been captivated by those movies where characters whisk themselves back in time to different eras, navigating through history as though it were a grand tapestry. However, there's a peculiar twist here. It seems that Vladimir Putin, the enigmatic leader of Russia, may have a time-traveling streak of his own. These 3 intriguing pictures have set tongues wagging and imaginations running wild. In these images, captured at different points in time across several decades, we see Vladimir Putin dressed as a Russian soldier. Now, it's not the fact that he's donning a military uniform that's turned heads, but rather the staggering gap between these 3 images. According to a particular website, the first picture dates back to the 1920s, the second to 1941, and the third to 2015. That's a period of 95 years. Yet the man in that 2015 photograph looks strikingly youthful for his age. It's almost as if the hands of time have passed lightly over him, preserving his appearance in a way that defies the natural aging process. As you might expect, this anomaly has set Putin's ardent followers on their own mission. They've embarked on a journey that suggests their leader is not just an ordinary mortal. Some have even suggested that he's immortal, a timeless figure who has graced our planet for thousands of years, steadfastly protecting Russia throughout the ages. Still, the mystery remains no matter which angle you approach it. Is Vladimir Putin a time traveler? Has he stumbled upon the secrets of everlasting youth? Or, as a more grounded explanation, could it be that there are multiple individuals who just so happen to share an uncanny resemblance to the man himself? Number 9. The time-traveling shoe print. One peculiar mark has baffled historians and scientists alike in the world of historical anomalies that challenge our grasp of the past. It's the story of a shoe print. This shoe print carries a perplexing twist. The tale unfolds with the discovery of a shoe print fossilized in rock, an imprint believed to date back over 200 million years. Such an astonishing find naturally stirred waves of speculation and intrigue. How could a shoe print possibly exist in a period so ancient? Could it be that human-like beings or even time travelers once roamed the Earth during the reign of the dinosaurs? For the advocates of time travel theories, this shoe print became a potent symbol of validation. To them, it provided clear evidence that individuals from a more advanced timeline had ventured into the distant past, inadvertently leaving behind this mark as testimony to their journey. However, scientists and experts in the field approached this anomaly with a healthy dose of caution and skepticism. They considered alternative explanations, one of which suggested that the shoe print might be a coincidental natural formation, a product of the interplay of erosion, pressure, and time, merely taking on a familiar shape. Another possibility was that it might be a contemporary footprint that underwent rapid sedimentation and fossilization. Admittedly, such a process would challenge current geological understandings, yet the detailed stitch-like patterns along its edges continued to fuel the mystery and contentious debate around this shoe print. Natural formations, however intricate, rarely mimic man-made patterns with such precision. Like other out-of-place artifacts, this footprint became the battleground between 2 opposing schools of thought. On one side, the believers championed its potential as evidence of time travel or the existence of advanced ancient civilizations. On the other side, skeptics sought more natural or conventional explanations, regarding the footprint as an oddity but not necessarily a historical anomaly. The time-traveling shoe print, whether a relic from an ancient visitor or a geological marvel, symbolizes our unwavering pursuit of understanding. It indicates those gray areas of history where certainties blur, giving rise to wonder, speculation, and the endless possibilities that time may harbor. Number 8. The painting with a man holding a modern device. Art, in its many forms, serves as a profound mirror to our society. It has the unique ability to capture moments, emotions, and occasionally mysteries that defy straightforward explanations. One such enigma is woven into a painting that has sent ripples through the community of time travel enthusiasts, an artwork that appears to depict a man engrossed in a modern-day device. This image showcases a painting by an Italian artist dating back to 1937. In it, you'll find two men, one holding an object that oddly resembles a modern smartphone. The other man appears rather annoyed, like he's asking how long the other person will spend on his phone. Had it emerged in more recent times, this painting could have effortlessly become a meme, a representation of the early 20th century, grappling with something akin to our smartphones. However, folks back then had no clue that a pocket-sized gadget would materialize in less than a century, replacing books, cameras, and many other devices that now reside in our palms. Another painting, called The Expected One, by Austrian artist Ferdinand Georg Waldmüller, was created in the 1860s. At a cursory glance, it presents a young woman strolling along a rural path, holding a small box with a bowed head, seemingly in a gesture of prayer. However, upon closer inspection, the box she has bears an uncanny resemblance to a modern smartphone. The young woman appears to be intently looking at the object, much like one would while reading a text message or viewing a photo. Yet, as with most historical anomalies, there's a more grounded interpretation. Art historians and critics note that the young woman is holding a hymn book or a small Bible, typical in religious-themed artworks of that period. The act of reading a sacred text in quiet contemplation is a recurring motif in religious art, symbolizing devotion and reflection. The glow or light that some argue emanates from the device could simply be the reflective sheen from the gilded pages or a stylistic choice made by the artist. Furthermore, the very essence of art lies in interpretation and subjectivity. Artists often took liberties with their subjects, infusing them with symbolism, allegory, and sometimes a touch of whimsy. It's plausible that Waldmüller intended to play with light, perspective, and the viewer's perception. Nevertheless, the painting's allure as a potential window into time travel persists. Number 7. The astronaut carving in an ancient Spanish cathedral. Internet users were in for quite a surprise when a fascinating photograph started making the rounds online. This intriguing image captured a decorative element from the Cathedral of St. Joram in the historic Spanish city of Salamanca. What makes it even more captivating is the fact that this decorative element depicts an astronaut. The Cathedral of St. Joram has a long history, with its construction dating back to the 18th century. This was centuries before the first astronauts ever ventured into space. So, the question that naturally arose was, how could the creators of this decorative element possibly have known what future astronauts would look like? Moreover, the level of detail that this astronaut boasted was genuinely baffling. It was an incredibly intricate representation, right down to the astronaut's footwear, complete with ribbed soles. This level of precision begged the question of how such a depiction could exist in a place and time that should have had no clue of space travel, let alone astronaut fashion. As you can imagine, the appearance of a Spanish astronaut in an 18th century cathedral ignited serious debate and speculation among internet users. Many found themselves scratching their heads, pondering the possible explanations for this seemingly out-of-place element. However, like many enigmatic mysteries, an official theory regarding its creation eventually emerged. According to this theory, it was suggested that a restorer, someone involved in preserving or restoring the cathedral, decided to add a modern twist at the end of the 20th century. They chose to incorporate an astronaut as part of their restoration efforts. This theory aimed to bring a rational explanation to the seemingly irrational presence of an astronaut in an 18th century cathedral. Despite this official explanation, some vehemently advocate for a different narrative. These conspiracy theory enthusiasts remain unconvinced by the restorer's story. To them, this astronaut isn't just a quirky, modern addition. It's something far more significant. They see it as another piece of evidence supporting their theory of time travel. Number 6. John Titor, the Time Traveler. Back in the late 1990s, there was quite a stir in online forums when a man named John Titor made his grand entrance into the Time Travel Institute. With a story that seemed straight out of a science fiction novel, Titor claimed to be a soldier sent back in time from the year 2036. Also, this was no casual jaunt through time. Titor was on a mission, and a critical one at that. He insisted that his journey was triggered by a grim future in which a devastating computer virus would wipe out the world. Now here's where it gets intriguing. Titor's mission in the past was to travel back to the year 1975 and acquire a rather unassuming piece of technology, the IBM 5100 computer. According to Titor, this computer held vital information within it, which was destined to become the cornerstone in the battle against the devastating virus that would plague the world in 2036. Over the next few months, Titor engaged in the forum, responding to user queries about various topics. He dished out his insights on future scenarios, painted vivid pictures of alternate realities, and even delved into the technical aspects of time travel. He offered what were, to many, overly complex algorithms, and even provided photographs of what he claimed was his actual time machine. However, as suddenly as he appeared in 2001, John Titor signed off the forum forever and seemingly vanished into thin air. Speculation ran rife. Some believed he had fulfilled his mission and returned to his own timeline, while others thought he might have simply grown tired of the attention and the hours spent interacting with eager internet users. But what remains undisputed is the legacy he left behind. Today, John Titor is nothing short of an internet sensation with a broad and vibrant fan following. His predictions and theories are still studied religiously, which continues to baffle and intrigue us. The notion of a time traveler from the future sharing tantalizing insights with the past is the stuff of legend. It's one of those tales that make you wish you could have been a part of that forum, to ask questions, to delve deeper into the mysteries of time, and perhaps, just perhaps, get a glimpse into what our future might genuinely hold. Now, it's time for today's subscriber pick. We all know that in Egypt, a conservative dress code has long been the norm for women. Local customs dictate that women cover from their shoulders to below the knee. For travelers, the expectations are somewhat less stringent, but still, it's advisable to opt for clothing that adheres to these standards. Loose-fitting attire is preferred, as form-fitting clothing or exposed skin can be met with disapproval. However, we can clearly see in this image that the women are neither wearing loose dresses nor covering up at all. Of course, this isn't a rare scene in many places around the world, but the backdrop of the pyramids of Egypt raises questions about if this is a time from the future or from the past. However, we cannot link it to any previous occurrence, and none of the ladies in the picture look familiar. This leads us to assume that there may be a period where this type of dressing will be acceptable in modest places like Egypt too. What do you think of the ladies in the picture? Let's hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Number 5. Greta Thunberg's twin. Greta Thunberg, a prominent environmental activist, is a name that resonates worldwide. She's been fervently advocating for environmental protection, and her journey into the limelight is nothing short of remarkable. Born in 2003 in Stockholm, Sweden, Greta's path to global fame began when she was 16. At this tender age, she made a profound statement that would reverberate across the world. In front of the Swedish Parliament building, Greta stood resolute, holding a sign and declaring a strike. She said she would stop attending school until the authorities sat up and took notice of the pressing global warming issues. And she didn't stop there. Greta demanded action in line with the terms of the Paris Agreement, underscoring the urgency of addressing climate change. Fast forward to 2019, and the internet found itself abuzz with intrigue. A blogger named Jack Strange shared a peculiar photograph on his page, taken way back in 1898. The image featured 3 children of different ages. However, what captured the attention of his followers was the striking resemblance one of those children bore to Greta Thunberg. The girl in the old photo sported the same facial expression, face shape, round eyes, and even the distinctive twin braids that have become an iconic part of Greta's image. It was almost as if someone had taken Greta's face and seamlessly superimposed it onto this vintage photograph. Such an uncanny resemblance sparked a wave of playful speculations among Jack's followers. Some humorously suggested that Greta wasn't merely an activist. Perhaps she was also a time traveler. This whimsical theory, though far-fetched, offered an amusing explanation for the extraordinary similarities between the young girl from the past and the modern environmental crusader. Ultimately, the curious case of the 19th century look-alike remains a humorous side note in the larger story of Greta Thunberg's impactful journey as an environmental activist. Number 4. The fighter jet in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. Ancient Egyptian culture, with its iconic pyramids, enigmatic sphinx, and profound belief in the afterlife, has always fascinated and sparked curiosity among people. Yet, among the many enigmas it presents, one particularly captivates modern observers. It lies in the hieroglyphs found in the Temple of Seti I in Abydos, which bear a striking resemblance to modern machinery. Carved into the ancient limestone walls, these hieroglyphs, at first glance, seem to depict objects from our contemporary world. Notably, you can discern explicit representations of a helicopter, a submarine, a spaceship, and what many believe to be a fighter jet. These images stand out distinctly amidst the more conventional symbols and hieroglyphs surrounding them. These depictions are a revelation for proponents of ancient astronaut theories and time travel enthusiasts. They argue that such precise representations of 20th century machinery in a temple that dates back thousands of years suggest that the ancient Egyptian civilization might have been visited by beings from the future or even from other worlds. According to their theory, these visitors might have shared glimpses of advanced technology, which were then immortalized on the temple walls. Supporting this theory is the knowledge of Egyptian carving practices. In times of changes in leadership or theology, it was not uncommon for previous inscriptions to be plastered over, and new carvings were made on top. This overlapping of symbols across generations could have inadvertently created the seemingly anachronistic images. Yet, while these logical explanations offer clarity, the fighter jet's allure and accompanying machinery remain potent for many. The idea that ancient civilizations might have had glimpses into the future or encounters with extraterrestrial visitors is a tantalizing possibility that challenges our linear understanding of time and progress. Number 3. The modern-day Greek woman. Archaeologists across the globe have this knack for unearthing hidden treasures from the depths of history. And these treasures often include intriguing artifacts that transport us to centuries-long past. Among this trove of historical gems, some statues crafted in stone have raised eyebrows and ignited a fire of curiosity. One such remarkable statue is the grave Nescow of an enthroned woman with an attendant. This intriguing sculpture is housed in the J. Paul Getty Museum, nestled in the scenic beauty of Malibu, California. And it isn't your typical ancient Greek artwork. The statue portrays a woman seated on her throne, but it's her attendant who truly steals the spotlight. An object that remarkably resembles a laptop is in the attendant's hand. And just to add a sprinkle of modernity, there are even what appear to be USB ports. Here is an ancient Greek woman, a resident of a time when our modern-day smart gadgets were nothing but dreams in the distant future. Laptops were light years away from even the wildest imaginations of that era. So, how did this Greek woman, living in an age devoid of laptops or USB ports, end up with such a device? This is where the grand question emerges. Did she acquire the computer and all its seemingly anachronistic technology through the mysterious portals of time travel? The question tickles the imagination and urges us to explore the unlikely possibilities. Could it be that ancient civilizations held secrets and were privy to knowledge far beyond their years, perhaps shared by time travelers from the future? Or might this be a clever, though perplexing, work of artistry with anachronistic elements deliberately inserted to confound and amaze its audience? The grave Nescau of an enthroned woman with an attendant is not just a sculpture, it's a catalyst for our curiosity. It reminds us that history often has hidden chapters, mysteries that defy conventional explanations, and anomalies that dare us to challenge our understanding of time and technological progress. Number 2. The woman talking on a mobile in 1928. The past often weaves intriguing stories into the present, sometimes unfolding anomalies that baffle our sense of chronology. One such captivating case centers around a brief clip extracted from the extras of Charlie Chaplin's 1928 silent film, The Circus. In this snippet, a woman strolls past the camera holding an object close to her ear, seemingly engrossed in conversation. Her actions seem strangely familiar to a modern viewer, resembling a person chatting on a mobile phone. Still, we're confronted with the fact that this scene occurred in 1928, a good 60 years before the debut of the first mobile phone. The internet buzzed with fervor when this footage gained attention. How could a woman from the 1920s wield what looks like a communication device remarkably similar to a mobile phone? Time travel enthusiasts eagerly argued that this woman must be a time traveler, adding another puzzling piece to the growing collection of out-of-place artifacts and individuals. From their perspective, she had inadvertently revealed her origins from a more technologically advanced timeline while visiting the past. An even more imaginative explanation emerged, suggesting that she might be using a prototype of a wireless communication device, hinting at an unrecorded technological advancement hidden in mainstream history. However, this theory, despite its compelling appeal, lacked substantial evidence. The debate around the footage reached such heights that the woman's own granddaughter stepped forward, asserting that her grandmother was merely using a portable hearing device. While this claim did provide a semblance of resolution, it failed to gain universal acceptance due to the absence of concrete proof. What makes these 1928 footages so riveting goes beyond the anomaly it presents. It carries profound implications that extend to our understanding of time itself. If, by some stretch, this clip were to be accepted as evidence of time travel, it would reshape our perception of time's flow. It suggests a world where events and timelines are interwoven, challenging our conventional linear understanding of the past, present, and future. The woman conversing on a mobile-like device in 1928 embodies humanity's enduring fascination with time and its mysteries. Whether she was a visionary using the technology of her era, a time traveler from a distant future, or merely a subject of misinterpretation, her brief appearance in an ancient film continues to captivate minds, urging us to question the fabric of our reality. Number 1. Time travel during the Cold War. Let's journey into the intriguing realm of the Cold War, where mysteries and secrets were woven into the fabric of that turbulent time. One such enigma revolves around a man named Andrew Basiago, a U.S. lawyer who has been on a quest to unravel the mysteries of the cryptic Pegasus project. This project, shrouded in top-secret classification, was the brainchild of the United States, aiming to manipulate the essence of the space-time continuum. The ultimate aim was to gain a decisive edge in the ongoing Cold War against Russia, but that's just the tip of the temporal iceberg. This already bewildering story became even more perplexing when Basiago claimed that he was sent back in time as part of this project to witness a pivotal moment in history. He asserts that he found himself in Abraham Lincoln's famous Gettysburg Address in 1863, and the twist doesn't end there. His father was also involved in this covert endeavor until it was eventually shelved in 1968. United States scientists supposedly delved into the world of theoretical physics, mainly drawing inspiration from Einstein's theory of relativity and the compelling concept of wormholes. Their audacious goal was to create literal jumps through time, and they ventured deep into the theoretical unknown in pursuit of this bold aim. But here's where the story takes another mind-bending turn. A photograph, a relic from the Gettysburg Address in 1863, resurfaced on the internet. In this captivating image, a young boy stands at the center, gazing intently to his right. That boy, believe it or not, is none other than Andrew Basiago, the very lawyer who claims to have traveled back in time from the late 1870s. The juxtaposition of this vintage photograph with Basiago's modern persona seems to be an uncanny alignment of the past and present, and it fuels the flames of intrigue around this already fantastical tale. Also, since Basiago is a successful, well-known lawyer whose career revolves around facts, evidence, and sound judgment, we have no reason to believe he would jeopardize his professional reputation by fabricating a tale as outlandish as time travel. The story is one intriguing narrative that keeps the flames of curiosity alive and entices us to explore the fascinating, sometimes surreal mysteries of our history. These stories have made us question the boundaries of time and space and develop the tantalizing idea that time travel might be more than a fanciful concept. Time travel could be real. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.